What's going on, everyone? Kelly Cavalier here, one half of Seminary Media, and welcome to today's edition of the Honky Tonk Highway, episode number 85. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. Me and Kelly did. We got to go see Christmas lights last night at a place that put up a ton of lights through a garden, so it was all a great time had. That is for sure. Today's show is going to be a little different. It's going to be all about how to edit a demo video. I'm going to do one live on air. We're going to talk about some different programs you can use, different stuff like that. But first, who checked out our live video on Saturday night? That's right. If you missed it, Kelly and I went live. For those who did watch it and then paid attention to the post we made, thank you guys for the support. We did a huge sale, 75% off all the photos on our website for a little bit of time with a code. And thank you, everybody who went and checked that out. Just a quick reminder, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, follow Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That way you can make sure never to miss anything that we do. We always post stuff. That way you always can check out everything that we do. Also, if you don't have time to watch live, don't forget you can go to Spotify or Apple iTunes and you can listen to all the shows. We got a ton of them up already. We're going to be in the process getting all the rest of them up as we make our way to 100 shows. Also, guys, don't forget every Tuesday, 9 to 11 East Coast time, 2 to 4 in the UK, I do the Honky Tonk Highway on Line Dance Radio. It's pretty much what I do here, but I get to play music. So make sure to join me. I'll be doing a show tomorrow. It'll be the last one before Christmas. So make sure to go check that out. All right, so today's show, guys, I hope you asked lots of questions. We're going to talk about how to edit a demo video, at least the simple ways to edit a demo video. I get asked this all the time. I've got asked this a couple times to do this one. That way people can learn how to use different technology. You can easily do this on your phone. Most phones nowadays come with a program already to edit video. At least every Apple device does. If you own an iPhone or an iPad, it has Imovie on it, which is a great tool. For those who don't use iMovie, it is an amazing tool, and it's free. That's right. Absolutely free. So if you own an Apple device, it is absolutely free. Don't have to pay for it. There are other ones you can pay for. You can have Adobe, which I have as well. I use Premiere Pro. I have the whole Adobe line. I love it. I use Adobe Spark to create a bunch of posts that we do. Kelly uses InDesign and Photoshop and all that for all of her graphic design courses like that. So we use pretty much the Adobe line. And then also I'm going to talk about one that I use on my iPad that I downloaded just over a year ago now. I've been using it. It's another paid one, but it's a great app, and I can do a lot without having to have a computer in front of me. So without further ado, we're going to talk first mainly about iMovie. iMovie is a great, like I said, free app if you have an iPhone, iPad, iMac. If you don't, guys, still follow along. This will go with pretty much any program. It's the basic stuff you can do in any program. But I'm going to go ahead. I have it set up to where I can share my screen. So you're only going to see me a little round circle. And now this is iMovie. This is the basic when you own iMovie, the projects that pop up. Merry Christmas, Brian. Hope everything's going good up in Canada with you and Michelle. Like I said, guys, ask questions away. I see Maddie B's in here, Britt's in here, Andrew, bunch of people. Mr. Paul James, for anybody who doesn't. I've had some issues with iMovie recently when editing videos that require split screen, but for videos that just need a single screen, it's been great and easy for my simple brain to use. Yes, iMovie can be tricky a little bit, Mr. James, only because of that split screen. You might like the app, but I'm going to talk about it at the end. Yes, you have to pay for it. You pay for it once, and you get it for life. But I'll get to that later because I use it on my iPad, and it's on the iPhone as well, and it's amazing. I do split screen with it all the time. So as you can see, I have a couple projects that are already in there. I try to clean this out a lot because it does double save. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to create a new. And let me get this little screen out of the way. I'm going to create new, and it's going to ask me if I want to create a new movie or a new trailer. I'm going to select movie. Okay, and it's going to pop up, and as you can see, there's a video I already had in my files. It's going to pop up with a screen, and this is pretty much it. You have your media. If you click on here, it goes to where you can select audio files to bring in. Titles is different title font that we can bring in. Backgrounds is different background images, and we're going to show you how to use that in a minute. And then my favorites, transitions. This is what you're going to use if you have multiple clips to get from one clip to the other. So if you want to edit and you mess up a video and you want to edit it together, this is what you're going to use. And then above here, you have different ways you can edit the clips, take out this shake. You got some pictures, and once I put a video in, I'll show you how to use those more. But we're going to go back to my media here, and you have different ways you can do it. As you can see down here, it says drag and drop video clips and photos to the right from the browser. That's the easiest way to bring stuff in. That is for sure. Easiest way to bring stuff into iMovie. You can also go through and select, but I have a file already up, and I'm going to drag in the video file I plan to use. This is a file from a couple weeks ago at the Florida Line Dance Classic. It was during the Intermediate Advanced Division when I did my new dance, Stay With Me. So we're going to use that. And as you can see, it comes in here and it has the video and the audio. Okay? You can detach this and make this separate. Click on it. You can detach the audio, make it separate. For this instance, I'm going to leave it together because I'm going to use this audio. I'm not going to be playing a lot of the audio only because we don't want to get kicked off Facebook. It has a different way where you can bring in an audio file down here, guys, if you want to put a better audio track on top. That way it's more clear. Let me know in the comments if you want a whole audio video. We can set one of those up where we do the show only on YouTube where I won't get kicked off. But the first thing I want to ask, guys, and I'm going to ask this as we get set to do this, because obviously I'm in the middle of a competition, so I'm facing forward. For your demo videos, do you like them facing forward or with the dancer starting facing back? And I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking this question, but I want to hear in the comments, do you like to do your demo videos with your dancer facing forward or the dancer's facing the back? And I'm asking demo video, not a walkthrough, not a teach, demo when you're actually dancing the dance. So let me know in the chat which way you like to face before we keep going. Don't be afraid to ask any questions, guys. We're going to touch base. I'll talk about anything on here about editing video. Now, Elaine, I'm going to ask you why. Same thing with you, Carrie. Why do you want the dancer facing away? Brian says audience. Andy says facing forward. Britt says I still film mine facing away. The demo, the front. Good, Jen. Hey, how you been, Jen? I caught part of your lesson this weekend. It was in a weird time for me. I went back and watched the replay. Demo don't care really if I had to pick facing the camera, walk through, teach facing away. I get that. I think it's like being in class to follow their feet. The question is then, I'm going to ask this. When we're at an event and we watch demos, which way do you watch them? We don't have instructors face the stage. We don't have instructors face away from the audience. I totally get the teach. I get yelled at all the time when I make my demo videos. Like, you need to face the back, and I ask them why. I totally get to learn it, but if the point of a demo video is, and this is at least me. What's going on, Miss Dance and Terry? Hope everything's good up in South Carolina. I get the whole point, and this is just me. And guys, Mr. Turner, what's going on, sir? The whole point of a demo video is to show off your dance, to show off what the dance is going to look like, to get people interested in it. It's not to learn the dance. That's the point of a walkthrough. That's the point of the whole walkthrough. But a demo video, which in my opinion, is a demo. It's you just showing the dance. Why would we have them facing the back if we're not having the instructors facing the back? I don't. We don't have competitors facing the back for judges to judge them. The only two times I've ever seen judges be behind the dancers is this weekend at Florida Line Dance Classic a couple weeks ago when we put the judges on stage for just the final 3, and at Windy City for the final 2. Every other time the judges are always in front, the choreographer is facing them. It's like that in Fort Wayne. It's like that at the USLDCC. I'm kind of curious, and it's like that in every demo. Every crowd, the dancers come out and face the crowd. So just a curiosity question on my half, because I always get asked why I face the front when I do my demos, and that's why. It's what we do. If it's okay if 700 people at Windy City can determine whether or not they take a class based on you face in front, I think a demo video for 2 minutes, and that's the other thing. You don't need to put a demo video up that's 7, 8, 9 minutes long. I always see on YouTube and Facebook the demo videos and them combined. That causes a lot of fast forward. I like to separate them. Like I'll release a walkthrough video and have that as 1 2 to 3 minute video, sometimes 4 or 5 if it's really hard, but you can usually do a good walkthrough in that. And then I'll release the demo video and dancing that's a good, like Brian said, 4 walls. A good just 4 walls. I sometimes do more if it has tags and restarts and there's some, or if it's a phrased, I try to get to the phrasing, but you don't need, if you have a basic 32 count 4 wall dance that only maybe has no tags or no restarts, there's no reason to put a demo video up that's the entire 4-minute song. Most times people aren't going to watch the whole thing, and it focus on getting that nice good clip. So that was my question on that. So I popped the video in. This is an iMovie, like I said, and if you notice the front of the dance, I'm going to just follow through here slow. I'm not, like I said, this is where it's walking in, and I'm walking in, I'm talking with the judges, and if you remember, if you guys were at Florida or you were watching it live, Chris Gonzalez just got done talking about a prison in Florida scene. So we were commenting back and forth on that. But I can fast forward pretty much, and I can tell when I'm going to start dancing. And it's somewhere right in here. So I'm actually going to cut most of this out. And I'm just going to do that by dragging over. That's the easiest way to do it. And I'm going to only drag over till when I get to the music. And I'm going to play it just, that's where I can hear the music starting there. Let me back up some. So that's about when JP starts it. So I'm going to back up just a hair. And there's 2 ways you can do it. Like I said, you can either drag it over, or you see I have this nice yellow line where I selected it. I'm going to back it up just a hair off of it. And then you can right click, and you can split the clip. It'll slip right into 2. The first part is then, and then I can go ahead and delete that clip, and it's gone. So right now, if I start the dance right here, it would start right when the music happens. I don't want that. I definitely don't want that. So I'm going to go up here to backgrounds. And I always like to keep mine nice and clean and usually simple. So I usually go with, in iMovie, they have a nice basic colors and stuff like that. You have a nice underwater theme there. I like to either use the gradient or the industrial, only because I don't always like to use the black because it's very dark. And unless you use some text that pop, this way it gives a little bit of texture. So on this one, I'm just going to use the gradient actually, and I'm going to drag that down and put it right in front. Now you can see it says 4 seconds. That's how long that's going to last. And we can make this longer, shorter, to how much information you want to put first before it starts. Okay. Paul, Paul says, to be honest, I only do full demo videos because I know how much everyone enjoys looking at me. Well, they might enjoy looking at you, Paul, but they don't enjoy looking at me. So I don't take mine and put it up unless, like I said, unless it's a very long dance. So I have this here, and I use this. I'm going to put a nice transition now in front. I use cross dissolve or cross blur usually. I'm going to pop that in right here. That way, if you notice now, if I start at the beginning of the clip and I play, it's going to go into the screen. I haven't put one here yet, but it's going to go right into it. So I'm also going to pop one of these right in between. So this way now it smoothly goes. And I can make this, I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to make it 2 seconds. That way it takes a little bit longer to go right into me. So back to this nice little background clip we put up. This is where this nice little title stuff's going to come in. I'm up here and click titles, and you can see all different ways. They're standard, down in the lower. You can highlight right over this, and it'll play out for you. You can put them in all different positions, appear in and peer out for the reveal lower third, focus on lower third. I usually like to keep them in the center if I'm putting them on a screen like this. If I'm going to put it over the dancing, I sometimes like to put it down here where it goes into the lower third, only because that way it's out of the way. Hey, Jessie. She's on her break. Very nice. Very nice. I'm teaching this. Thank you. It's one that's been asked for, so I figured I would do a little bit on it. So since we're putting this on this nice background, I'm going to select expand, only because I want to see it a little bit more up. And I like to put it a little bit in. I don't put it right at the end, so that way I can extend this out. Let me click on it. Make this a little bit longer. And I can put the information here. So I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put the title of the dance, which is Stay With Me. And up here you can see that you have your text controls. You can change the font. You can change how it's aligned. You can change the color of the font. You can change the size of the font. I kind of like the size of the font. I'm actually probably going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's see what 58 maybe. As I double click, highlight. There we go. Does not. Let's change the font and see if that helps with that. Why does it? All right, let me delete this. Let me put it back in since it does not want to cooperate with me. Put the expand back in. Go back to typing in the title. I'm going to highlight it. Let's try just type it. There we go. That's why. All right, 80 is a little small. Now it should let me change it. Let's go 146. Still don't like it. Let's go bigger. Let's say 180. I like that. We're gonna go 180. And I'm gonna pick a little bit more. I like using copper plate. It gives that nice bold look. So now if we go over here and play it as it comes in, it's gonna pop it in and goes away. Now it goes right into me dancing, which is right to the beginning of the song. I usually put way more information in this. I'll put choreographed by, I'll put the music, the counts and stuff. there's two ways you can do this. You can make this longer, or you can make and put it, or you can put it in the lower thirds on top of the video. Wait, don't. If you'd only known how many times I've done that, Biggie. I've done that a lot. If the dance that I'm dancing has a long intro and that I'm demoing, what I'll do is I'll detach the audio and I'll make it where the long intro is playing over this. This one doesn't really have a long intro, so no real time to do that. As you can see, if I'm not mistaken, let's see here. It's maybe 6 seconds. I'm taking the risk here to see if this gets busted. About 10 seconds. So I technically could do this. So I haven't even started dancing yet. I can right click on this, and right here it says attach audio. So what this does is now you can see that the audio file is totally separate than the video file. So what I could do here is we're going to do this. You see how this is linked here? Once it does it, where does it go? Nope. Which one do I have to click on? I want to get this unlinked, so that way I can control these as two different clips. I remember where it is, because it always... I'm dancing. I want it about right there. And what I'm going to do, I start dancing around right here. So I'm going to select here. I'm going to split this clip now. And then I should be able to just delete that. And I'm wrong. It didn't. So we're going to do this real quick, because it didn't unattach like I told it to. So why is it not unattaching? Let's do this. Let's back up. Sometimes it does stick, guys, and you have to just go back. Undo split. Good thing is, in Imovie, if you go into edit, you can pretty much undo any step as long as you don't close out. Show and trim hand. Let's add freeze, frames, flip, clip, delete, cut, copy, show, add cross dissolve. There we go. Now it's on. There we go. Now I unhook it. So now I can pretty much do anything with the video, now that I got that unclipped, that I want, and it won't affect the audio. So the whole song will still play. So I can send that right out to here. I can move that around. What I'm going to do is put it right back with the video. That way it's lined up. So we're going to go here. We're going to find where I started dancing again. Actually, we're going to take the audio in just a hair. We're going to trim that down. Now we're going to find I start dancing right around here-ish. So I'm going to select there. I'm going to split the clip. And I'm going to get rid of this clip. Actually, I'm not going to get rid of that clip yet. Only because it's going to back my video up. So I have this much space to play with. This much space. It's perfect. So I can make this longer. And what I can do, it makes it really easy. I'm just going to replace that. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. Nope. I put it in the wrong spot. Hold on one second. Undo move. I want to delete that, and it's going to move it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to scoot this back down. Let's undo that. Why didn't the audio move? Don't you love it when computers don't do what it tells you to do? Luckily, this is our audio part. Hopefully we don't get booted, guys. Hold on 1 second. So, should be right about. All right. So, oh no, you're not alone, Britt. I'll sit here for especially when I'm used to using one program. When I go back to using another program, it's like, what the heck do I do for this program now? All the time. So now that I've taken it out, I've detached the audio. This will play, and I'll have this nice blank area that, and I'm not dancing here yet. So this is the whole intro of the song. Now when it does go on, it's lined up to where the only thing that it starts right when I dance in. So I have this much time to put in all the information, whatever I want to put on this information before we get into the dance. So I'm going to go back here to transitions. I'm going to put another dissolve back in, so this way it goes in smoothly when I go to start. And now we're lined up. So I've already put the title in. I'm going to go back here to titles. I'm going to throw in a couple more expands. And I'm going to put choreographed by Kelly Caballero. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to make these a little bit shorter. That way I can fit a third one in. Can we retouch the audio back in again? You can. I don't necessarily recommend it, only because you now have 2 video clips. In iMovie at least. Premiere Pro, it's a lot easier to do it. But again, that's a paid program. So I didn't want to show you how to do stuff on a program that you necessarily have to pay for. I decided to show how to do some basic stuff on a free one. That way it just is for everybody. And then I can put this another one down here. Make it just a tad shorter, maybe. And I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to put music, Stay With Me by Coffee Anderson. So now that I have all this thing, I go back to the beginning. And it'll show the name of the dance, who choreographed it, and the music. I'm going to fix that just a hair because it jumps around. So what I'll do is I will scoot them over just a hair, make them a tad bit longer. That way it goes in pretty smooth. Now it should. This is when you just got to play it around to get it nice and smooth. And sometimes you guys got to use different styles depending on how much time you have. Some are better than others. Half the time I just guess at what I'm doing, so I make them as simple as possible. That is a great way to start, Paul. It is. I do it all the time. Sometimes, and what I choose to, I'll tell you this. Depending on what I'm doing and depending on what project it is and how much detail I need it to be, is what program I use. If I don't need something super, where I'm throwing in all these different sound changes and stuff like that, and all these different clips, iMovie's great. I throw in a couple clips, throw in some music, throw in some text, and it's great. So that's why I choose that for demo videos. When I'm going and doing like weddings and stuff like that, or I'm doing a big video compilation, I'll use a different program only because I want more control. So I have that all set up. I scan through here just to make sure it's all done. I only danced about 4 walls. So I go now. What I do is also I throw a nice little transition. I'll put a fade to black at the end. I'll go here. You can adjust the audio to fade out of your video. So that way when you get to the end of the video, there's me walking off. The audio fades. Let me double click on that. I'm going to make that a little bit slower. Oh, sometimes it doesn't allow you. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is back it up just a hair, and it should work perfect. So there you have it. That's a basic edit in iMovie with just going through, and I detach the audio. I normally don't, when I'm just doing something basic, I don't detach the audio. Like I said, video you have, I didn't put new audio over because there's really no need to in this aspect. And then I threw some text in at the beginning of what it is. And then usually I'll put in all the other information that's not in there, like counts, walls, stuff like that, in the description. Then all you have to do is go up here, hit export as a file. I'm going to name it Stay With Me Demo. I always pick a high res or higher resolution. As high as it usually lets me go. The quality, you really don't need ProRes because if you look at the file size from high to pro, it's going to jump from barely decent size of 324 that if you did ProRes, it's going to be 2.38 gigs. That's just crazy. You don't need something that big. And then I just leave the compress on faster. So I hit next. It's going to ask me now where I want to save this. I am going to go down here into my external hard drive, and I have how to edit material, which is where I had the files already did, where the basic and the song. I'm going to hit save, and then it's going to go through and finish my file. So that is a basic one in iMovie, guys. Any questions out there so far? I know Jennifer asked, can we reattach the audio? You can, but there's really no need to. It really doesn't do any difference. This is just going to be a file. When you export, it's going to stay the same. It gives you the control you want. And how long it takes, guys, really depends on your computer, how big the file is, and stuff like that. It could take, the longer the video. This movie only ended up being 2 minutes and 7 seconds, which is perfect. I danced, I think, 5 walls total because I had a restart in the comp, and I only danced it through the restart. And I put the beginning, which is on the audio. So the entire time up for the competition, I was on the floor for just over 2 minutes. And it's going pretty quick here. It's already about halfway done. I can click on this and it'll give me some, it says it has about a minute left, which is about right. Andy says, so if you have tags or restarts, you just go to whatever part and insert text. I do. Usually if I'm dancing, if I dance the tag and the restart, I'll throw text out. Like say I had a restart here, I would just turn around and I'll drag. But I keep it where it's off the thing, so I'll grab a lower third and say the restart's there, and I would type in the information I want to say, like restart while 1, while 2, whatever it is, after how many counts and stuff like that. That makes it very, very easy to do, because then you can just move it around to the exact point you want it, and stuff like that. If you're doing something a lot more elaborate and you have like multiple people on the screen and you want stuff like text, more audio, I would recommend using, if you're on a computer, Premiere Pro, which you can use on either a Mac or PC. It's an Adobe program. Makes it a lot more. It's a lot more difficult to use. It's a lot more learning curve, and it gives you more options though. Let's see if I can bring it up. I'm going to minimize. Let me close iMovie out. Let me see if it will let me bring up Premiere Pro. Go over to my files. Premiere Pro is a really big program. So I pay for Adobe. So I have all the Adobe products. I love using them. Jen just says, I like to put in walls too, so if audience drag forward, they know exactly which part the dance was at if there's tag or phrase. That's another good point you can add to. It's a very, very easy way of doing it. My Premiere Pro is loading. Give me one moment, guys. And then I'll try to share what the Premiere Pro looks like. And I'll throw it in with Premiere, as it covers almost my entire screen. Let me drag it over here, maybe. With Windows, Vanessa, I would probably a free one. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look into that for you. That would be the only thing I know. Brian just said VideoPad Video Editor works similar to iMovie for non-Mac users. Thanks, Brian. I couldn't tell you the last time I used a Mac. I used a non-Mac. All right, so here's what Premiere Pro looks like. I have it a little minimized. So if I select new project, I'll show you what this is going to pop up, hopefully. And up, it's giving me options. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to leave this untitled and hit OK. Should pop up now. And of course, it moves screens. Go figure. Here we go. All right, there's Premiere Pro. So I can pretty much do very similar to the exact same thing, very concepts, but I have different things over here. So I can drag drop media into my sequence, which I'm going to do just to make things easy. Here is the video. I'm going to drag it right over here. Boom. Now, in Premiere Pro, they separate it for you. So it's already set. So if I wanted to move boom, the video off of that beginning, like I did, it's a blank screen now. So Premiere Pro already detaches it for you, which is great. So I can take this and just let this play. And I'm about to start dancing there. So I now have all of this blank space right here, which is 21-ish seconds from the beginning when he announced me, to put in whatever I want. I can put in text, I can put in background, I can put in a logo, I could put in thing. That's the one thing I didn't do on the iMovie. Like, I can drag in my logo right here. I can click on it, and I can scale it down to make it smaller. And I can then, and we're back. I think, let me double check on Facebook. Sorry about that, guys. I knew with the music it was going to risk it. Yep, here I am. Showing that I'm back up. Maybe. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you see me coming back. It looked like we had stopped. I'm trying to get it back up now. Okay, good. I was told I was back. That was weird. It didn't tell me that I got dropped for music. It just told me there an error occurred. Apparently, that's Facebook's new way of telling you that they took you down. So I knew I risked it by playing the song there, guys, but looks like I'm back. Yet it's not even showing for me. Heh, that's kind of funny. It's still showing that the other video is live. There we go. Awesome. All right. So this is, like I said, this is Premiere, guys. This is a paid one. So you have all this space now that I deleted, since it already attached to the audio. And I can pretty much do whatever I want, putting in text, putting in the same type of graphics and stuff like that. Again, this one is a little bit more detailed. This program is, I forget how much it is a month. You can buy the whole package. You can buy it by the program. But if you want, check out adobe.com on that one. The other program I was going to show you, and I'm going to pull it up now. Let me move some stuff around. And Paul, if you came back, I use my iPad a lot nowadays. And this one, let me pull up my iPad screen. There's the front of my iPad. I use this program called LumaFusion. I believe it's $39.99. You get it for life, so it's not a year thing. And bring up my files. These are some of the files I've done on it. I love to use my iPad. It's very portable. It's makes it very easy. Now with the new iPad Pro, it has a USB-C plug, so you can hook up hard drives to it and all sorts of things. So I can take my external hard drive where all my video footage is stored, plug that in, and use anything right off of it. You can use a USB jump drive. I can plug memory cards right in, so I can do a lot of editing on the fly without having to have a huge computer. Like, I can take this. You can see it. There's my iPad Pro. This is the 11-inch, and I have a keyboard case that I usually have on it. Right now, I have it sitting up. I can type. I can do everything from it. So my last one I edited for a little bit. I actually did on the iPad. So this is the file. As you can see, here's all the stuff I did, and I'm going to drag this out for you can see it in a little bit more detail. I did the whole walkthrough. I have my logo that I cropped in the thing. I have text on it. I'm actually going to enlarge this where you see it on the full screen and play it. That's Lilbit. It goes to the new. Let me go all the way to the back. So this is what I did for this on this. What's going on, everyone? My name is Kelly Cavallero. I'm one half of 7 Era Media, and today I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of my new dance, Little Bit. That's name of the Lilbit. It goes to the new song Little Bit by Nelly and Florida Georgia Line. The name of the song. 32 count, 4 wall, 1 restart. It's an improver level. Nothing too really hard in it, so I'm going to turn around. And then I pretty much go through the whole thing. I'm going to scrub it back down for you. Gets to the part where I switched it up. This is where I put in a nice transition, and I went from one video to and ready, 1, 2. All right, let's walk through the whole thing, guys, real quick. And then as I got to the end, I pretty much just put, hope you enjoy it. Check out the video for the demo. Later. A nice little message here at the end, thanking everybody, and put the logo back up. But that's pretty much, I did all that on an iPad. I did all that on an iPad. I got some other files in here, I think. I don't know how much of it I have on here. Nope, I don't have the media for that on here anymore. I deleted it. I think I deleted this one too. So this is one I did for Brian. I just went through, put a bunch of clips together with some music, and I actually used royalty-free music for you can use this for promotion. But I did this all on an iPad. Like I said, though, it's not a free app. It's $39.99, but you get it for life. So it's easy. There's a learning curve. I watched lots of videos on it. Hooking back up my little controller and go back. So there you have it, guys. There's some huge editing stuff. Let me know in the comments if you want one on audio and a more in detail with music. I can do that. We can set one of those up for after the holidays, but I do it only on YouTube. That way we don't get taken down on Facebook like this just happened. So let me know. Let me know out there. Huge shout out to everybody who tuned in on Saturday night when me and Kelly randomly went live. And for those who went on and used the code, we just asked some basic questions. We were looking into some analytics stuff, and after posting videos and stuff like that, and the one thing you can see is who hides your post and who hides all your posts. And I've kind of asked the question: if you're following a page, why are you hiding the post of the page you're following? And no one really had a answer for that, so it was kind of funny. And we sent out an email to our email list today. And within 60 seconds, and I mean quick, because I was in here working, Kelly sent out the email. I got the notification that she sent the email. And by the time I got the notification, she already had a response saying that someone unsubscribed. Someone who received our email unsubscribed to the email list, which I kind of laughed at. Watching everybody unsubscribe for sending emails out about hobby holidays, or unsubscribe because they don't. I'm starting to think most people just subscribe to get on for the contest that we held back at the beginning of quarantine for the Beats headphones. But we actually got a response from a couple people, and I got a response out there from, I'm not going to say who, but they put in their email that you're going to get lots of responses, and you're going to get lots of information. You're not going to be able to make everybody happy. Because we asked, like, what you want to see in 2021. Do you want to see, like, more? Who do you want to see interviewed? Do you want to see more behind-the-scenes stuff? Do you want to see more videos on topics? Do you want to see more walkthrough videos, stuff like that? And we asked our email list on who wants to do it. So someone said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, my comment to that is it's not that we're trying to fix something that's broken. We're always trying to evolve. We're always trying to do more. And as times change, and obviously as the lockdown continues, we want to produce more stuff people want to watch. Yes, I know people have asked for certain interviews. Guys, we've had people who've told me no. I've had people that said they don't want to come on for an interview. So there's a good chance if you've asked for an interview and it's a prominent name and I haven't had them on, there's a good chance they've told me no. And it's because they don't want to do it in their schedule. They don't want to reveal. It's stuff like that. I've had I've asked, and there's just some people that don't want to come on. And it's their choice. It's a totally voluntary thing. I don't force anybody. So if there's anybody that you ask, I try to get everybody that's been asked to come on the show. There's plenty of people that just haven't responded. There's plenty of people that have told me no, they don't want to come on. They don't have the time. There's plenty of people that just said they don't want to come on and answer personal questions. It's stuff like that. So we're trying to bring on as many people as possible because I know I put out the poll and people said they want to see more interviews. Trust me, I'm trying to interview more people. They've also said they want more topics. I've been trying to bring as many topics as possible without getting too much backlash. I love all the interaction, guys. Thank you so much on the one for Why Aren't You Voting? That one was awesome. I'm going to have a couple new topic sessions coming up after the holidays, especially with the Crystal Boots coming up and all that stuff. We're going to talk about different things on that. So this is the last show before Christmas. Me and Kelly leave tomorrow to go down to see her folks after my radio show. So please check that out. But from both me and Kelly here at 7 Arrow Media, I would love to wish you guys Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, and hope you all have a great season. And if for those who can't be with their families, please stay safe and through all this. So have a great week, guys. See you again after Christmas as we get ready for the new year. Don't forget, guys, head over to Betty Drummond's page. Sign up. It's absolutely free for the Kings Hill New Year's Eve Bash. For everyone overseas, it's happening UK time based. It starts at 8 p.m. UK time, which is 3 o'clock here in the States. It's going to run until 1 a.m. UK time, which is about 8 p.m. here on the East Coast. That way, for those here guys in the States, we can still go out and do all of our New Year celebrating. But we're going to bring Line Dance Radio. The whole Line Dance Radio team is going to be bringing in a bunch of stuff live for a huge Christmas celebration. Head over, sign up for that. All you got to do is put in your name and your email address and answer a question. It's absolutely free. And then don't forget, guys, up until the end of December, sign up for the Crystal Boot Awards online. Go to crystalbootawards.com, sign up. It's only £25 from now until the end of the year for you to join. It's 4 days. You're not going to miss this for sure. That way you can see all the awards, all the shows, all that. So until next week, guys, enjoy.